blessed to see another day. And I know that I've come from a mighty long ways. And all I have to say is that the Lord God of my salvation has created, appropriated, and orchestrated this moment in time and made it feasible for me to see this day. And I shall rejoice and be glad in it. Not allowing myself to be hung over with stress, heartache, depression, pain, and be sad in it, but to make sure that I am ever so careful not to depreciatively take this day for granted with my foolish passiveness, because it is by his grace and mercy that benevolently permitted him to send his only begotten son. And when I actually take the time out to reflect over some of the hardship that he's brought me from, bringing me out of the solitudes of self-imprisonment housed by my own psychological slum, I know that if he can deliver me from the confinements of my own discordancy, then surely he has a purpose for my life, and the best is yet to come. He has made me a soldier in the spirit, dressed with the armor of God, blessed with the intelligibility of riches untold. And I am more than ready and willing for this omniscient wisdom to be unfolded, so that he can make me strong enough to withstand and control the wiles of the devil and to endure the antipathy of spiritual wickedness and the malignity of the cruel and the cold. Because it is my desire that he will strengthen my loins with rectitude and make me gutter, which is acronymically interpreted as God's undergirding of theological truth aggressively within the depths of my soul. And he sends me out to minister. I have to be wise as the serpent and harmless as the dove, which means I have to be able to exhibit compassion not only to minister to the churchgoer, but to also minister to the pimp, the prostitute, the pusher, the gangster, and the thug, discarding myself of stereotypical mentality to judge, but to affectionately display the graceful compassion and the cordial delicacy to show love. For if it had not been for the blood, I would not be completely saved by his grace, and I would not be forgiven for my sins, because he throws them in the sea of forgetfulness without holding a single grudge. For there is absolutely nothing about me that is better than them. For if I profess myself to be righteous, immediately I am condemned. For he is me and I am he, and she is me and I am she. For there is neither Jew or Greek, male nor female, bond nor free. For we are all one in Jesus Christ, who strengthens me. He is Jehovah Jireh. The Lord shall provide and he shall see. So ignorance is not always bliss to me. So come on over and sit with me. And since we are already covered by his omnipresent ubiquity, let's engage in the theological colloquy of his biblical antiquity. He bled for me. He was scourged for my iniquities, mutilated for my transgressions. By the blood he shed for me. And by prophetic utterance, he spoke through the fruit of his lips by saying, "It is finished," gave up the ghost and hung his head for me. He died for me. And after all that he had to endure on the cross, he got pierced in his side for me. And not surprisingly, he was buried and rose up on the third day, was seated at the right hand of the Father, and now it is the comforter that resides in me. And because of him, I have become God's undergirding of theological truths aggressively. That's why the enemy always keeps tabs on me and continues to keep abreast of me. However, as long as the devil keeps testing me, my God will continue to keep blessing me, because I'm gutter.